I can't see them. One of the interesting things about the way that the canons read is we have to have 20 for the annual meeting, and I'm not counting 20 at the moment. We've got 3 online.
Without 20, we can't conduct business. Three
online. Okay. And 2 back in Oz. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Whoops. That's still only 18.
18 and 3 online is 21.
No, it's keep counting 3 online as part of the
18.
we don't have enough.
All right, well, let's just go through the business, and we can't vote, but we can.
If we
Can't do business.
we can receive reports, but we can't vote. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm still only getting 18, so we can receive reports, but we can't vote.
Does my cell phone count?
Who have you got on cell?
Bill, he's driving.
Okay, that's 19. That gets us 1 short. We've got 20. We've got 20. Okay, we have a quorum. The first order of business is approving the minutes from last year's meeting. They are in the copies of the reports. I need a few minutes for people to read it, and then I'm going to need a motion to approve the minutes. Are you moving?
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Rector's report.
So I'm not going to read it, but I do want to call attention to the quote from Jeremiah that I think is appropriate for us. Stand at the crossroads and look. Ask for the ancient paths. Ask where the good way is and walk in it, and you will find rest for your souls. I think this time last year we were in a huge state of flux. We didn't really know what was going to happen with the merge. We had moved out, we were crowded, we didn't know how to handle it. And this year we've come a long way with some stability that Gary will talk about, with people who have not been here before that are beginning to come. So we're seeing a little bit of increase. You know, they say that of the people who come and visit, only 5% of those people ever come back. And of those 5% that come back, only about another 5% of those actually come back for the second time or become members. So it is absolutely a proven fact that it's not the clergy that bring in people, it's the people that bring in people. So If we want to do that, that's going to be up to all of us to invite people to come. Most of what I had in my report was thank yous for all the work that was done, and there are some amazing things that are done in this parish. It's a dangerous thing to try to name names, but I did. But if I missed some names, it was surely not because I didn't intend to thank you for all that you do. St. Patrick's is a great place. It's a place of love. It's a place of care. So I want you to know that I really do appreciate everything that everybody does. And I also want to invite you to begin to pray about where St. Patrick's goes next. We're at that crossroads right now. We can stay the way we are. We can maybe even not do as well. Certainly with the merge here, we can get by. But who do we want to be as a parish? Do we want to begin to move out from here and do some things that help us grow, both in our mission and in our ministry? One of the things is having people here. So I'm thinking it's time for us to begin to have some more regular office hours. I don't know how that's going to look, but I think we need to do that. I also think that we need to make sure that our worship is throughout the week, that we have stuff every week here. Online with evening prayer is great, but it's a pretty small group. We need to be able to spread that out, and maybe there are other times that people would like to do that. And then I'm going to invite the parish this year to begin to put together a parish profile. Who are we, and who do we want to be? That's really the first step as we begin to look into the future, is finding out where we are right now, where we are at that crossroads, and where we want to be. So if you'd like to be part of that work, please talk to Doug about doing that and see where we go with it. But I do think it's time for us to do that. It's kind of the first step in moving forward. So I'm happy to answer any questions about the ministry here. Formation has been wonderful. We have about 10 to 12 people that gather on Wednesday nights for a pretty rousing conversation, one that we don't all agree. Certainly we have some differing understandings of God and of our role in the church and God's role in the church. I invite you to come, even if you can't come every week. Come once in a while. It's worth doing. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Deacon's report?
Greetings from our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. I give a lot of thanks for being part of St. Patrick's, and I'm grateful for the love, compassion, and kindness that all have shown towards me as your deacon and towards my wife, Jean. During the year of 2024, there were some accomplishments. I did manage the review of financials for 21 and 22. I chaired the discernment committee for aspirant Jason Trumbull. Numerous communion visits to shut-ins. I did attend the annual council where we elected a new bishop, and that was a blast. And attended the 2024 clergy conference as well. I preached 4 times, Lent 3, Easter Vigil, Proper 6, and Advent 3. Unfortunately, there were some disappointments, or one disappointment, was that I was not able to leverage the use of the Wolf Trust and fully participate in the outreach in the Long Beach community. There was simply not enough time for me to get acquainted. I had too much on my plate to be effective, and for this, I am accountable. Last Friday, On January 17th, I celebrated my 10th anniversary of ordained ministry. I was ordained in the Diocese of Mexico City as the first vocational deacon ever. And to this day, I'm still the only vocational deacon ever to be ordained in the Diocese of Mexico City. And because of this, my formation and preparation for holy orders was much different than other deacons that are vocational. Instead of classes at a deacon school for 3 years, I enrolled in EFM and mentored by 3 priests. The result has been too priestly for some, as I've been told. I have served in 3 dioceses, Mexico City, the Diocese of Arizona, and for the last 6 years here in the Diocese of Mississippi. I've served at all the West Harrison congregations, Trinity in Pass Christian, St. Paul's in Picayune, and here at St. Patrick's. I will be 71 years old this year, and I have much going on in my life in 2025. And for that, retirement from active St. Patrick's in Long Beach is something I just need to do. I will be retiring from assigned active service in the Diocese of Mississippi, but I'm not going away. It is my desire to be able to serve as a retired deacon in the diocese when needed. As an example, I've already committed to serve here at St. Patrick's on the first Tuesday of the month, Eucharist, with the Deacon's Mass. That's on February 6th, and I hope you can attend. Lastly, I will not be leaving Christian ministry behind. Instead, I will be increasing my personal reach to others, primarily focused on the motorcycling community through CMA. Jean and I have been members since 2019. CMA is a shorthand for Christian Motorcyclists Association. The local chapter here in Gulfport, Rehoboth, Room for All in Genesis, number 695. CMA's focus is on prayer, fellowship, discipleship, and evangelism. As an example of this work, last Memorial Weekend at the drag strip in Gulfport, I had the opportunity to preach the word that included 5,000 Bandito motorcycle members. If you don't know what the Banditos are, there are 1%er outlaws similar to the Hells Angels. I sincerely believe that I can reach more of the lost and broken in this ministry to fulfill my calling in my heart. I will always be an Episcopalian. I will always be a deacon. Thank you.
The next 2 items are the report from the Executive Committee and the other reports. Rather than try to summarize them, I'm going to ask you to read them. One of those reports is the clerk's report on vestry attendance at vestry meetings. That is required by canon, so please take a look at that one. I just want to highlight a couple of issues that are touched on in those reports. One of them is, as Jane mentioned, we will be looking at a committee to put together a parish profile. We can easily have that just as a subcommittee of the vestry, but we really need broader participation. We've got a couple of other things coming up that we need subcommittees to work on and then bring reports back to the vestry. If you're interested in participating in any of those, please talk to someone on the vestry. Your participation is more than welcome. Jane also touched on the evening prayer group on Zoom. Weeknights we do evening prayer, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Compline on Friday is our usual pattern, subject to change. Coming to it when you can is not committing to come to it every night. But if you're interested in participating at any time, the Zoom information for those services is included in the e-news take a look and feel free to join. The other issue that I'd like to mention before we get to election of new vestry members is a thank you to the 2 vestry members that are rotating off, Jason and Martina. Martina has not been able to participate in vestry as much as she would have liked, primarily because her work schedule has kept her tied up on Sundays. It is a frustrating but very real issue, especially in the current day and age, with too many things going on Sundays. Jason has served with tremendous focus, has called my attention to a couple of things that, he was wondering, are we doing this properly? Which has forced me to go back to our bylaws, to the church's constitution and canons, and for that ministry, I thank him. It is very nice to be intentional about doing it right. I didn't say you've been a pain in the ass. I said you've been intentional about it. The election for new vestry members, we've got Dorothy Hope and Jason Trumbull nominated to serve. There are 2 openings, 2 candidates. Is anybody else interested in serving on the vestry? Hearing no other nominations, I would like to hear a nomination to elect by acclamation rather than by ballot. Do we have a second? Second. All those in favor of voting by acclamation? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, those willing to accept our 2 candidates, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We have two new candidates on the vestry. We have an opening for an additional seat. We still need somebody to serve as clerk on the vestry. That can be a voting vestry member, and probably will be, but I think it works well if we have somebody who's not a voting member of the vestry serving as vestry clerk. If anyone is interested in taking on that ministry, please come talk to me. And now I'm going to turn it over to Gary for the financial summary of the year.
Well, you've got an assortment of reports before you. If you have looked those over, have any questions, I'm available. But I'll tell you that 24 was a very different place than we've been used to. We've had a reliable source of income that has covered all of our needs, and that has been a delight instead of struggling to, find, well, we've got to, spend some money over here, where we're going to go get it from. What budget item is not going to have as much as we thought we would. So the lease with Emerge has just been a real godsend for the parish. Yeah. It has allowed us to go from struggling to, planning on some big ticket items. In 24, that was our sign. And that was nice to have something more permanent than a banner we were trying to get one more month out of. In 25, we kind of hit the ground running on a big ticket project, and that's the camera systems that we're enjoying. If you go look at the recordings, you'll see that they are very different camera angles, and it's a little bit jarring, but you'll get used to it. The other thing is the budget is our best guess. What we anticipate, what we are allowing for, and you'll see at the end that we've got a little bit of money left over that we haven't budgeted everything we expect to receive. That's nice to have a little wiggle room when you get surprises. You know, you find out that your air conditioning is failing and needs either a few $1,000s worth of Freon or perhaps being replaced altogether. That's the reason why I use that example. But it's nice to have the flexibility to be able to address emergencies. We've also been blessed with some money coming in that we didn't see coming, and in the realm of substantial donation from Prudence Metters, Danny's sister. I think they may have finally settled that estate. Yeah, I mean, we were just figuring $3,000 is a nice round number for the plate offering. Well, we overshot that by a whole bunch. So, yay, maybe we can afford to fix the air conditioner after all. Bottom line is we are finally comfortable. We're doing well. The treasurer's position could use some backup. I've stepped into this without a whole heck of a lot of turnover, and it's been an adventure. Training myself in how to use the software and all of that. But I think it serves as a good example of why we shouldn't be one deep in a position like this. It was hard enough to lose the senior warden, but the treasurer's office is one you really need to have somebody who's able to step in. So if someone would like to learn how to do all that fun stuff, let me know. I'll be here working on the W-2s, and be around anytime you want. My phone number and email are in the book. Look me up anytime.
Is there any other business, any other announcements? Yeah.
I spelled out air conditioning issues. Just add what Gary said, or is that coming up?
It's up to you. Do you think it's something you want to announce now, or do you want to wait? Okay. We've got an issue in progress. This building is fed by 2 outside compressors. One of them has failed. We are looking at either recharging the system, which will cost us over $3,000 just in coolant, but we know we've got a leak. We haven't found it, so we don't know how long that repair will work. One possibility is to replace the outside unit, if we can find one. These systems were not exactly state-of-the-art when they were installed, and finding one to match the interior unit could be an adventure. Replacing them is another option. We've got time to make the decision because what we've got now will get us through the winter and early spring. So we've got time to do the research, time to come up with a plan. At the moment, the only plan that we've got is to do the research and to figure out what's going on. As we get more information, we can pass it along. But that also brings up another point indirectly. Vestry meetings are open to any member of the parish. Everybody in St. Patrick's has seat and voice at vestry meetings. You do not have vote. Only the vestry members themselves can vote. But if you want to find out what's going on, if you want to put in your 2 cents worth, you're welcome.
We need to receive the financial.
Do I have a motion to receive the report? This isn't necessarily an approval, but it is an acknowledgement that we've received them. And Justin seconds. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you very much. Do you want to give a closing prayer, or would you like me to? No, but I can improvise. We've got a motion to adjourn. We've got a second, and that's all that's needed on a motion to adjourn. Let us pray. Dear God, you call us to ministry in community, supporting and nurturing each other as we reach out and attempt to support and nurture the community around us. We give thanks for this community of faith, for our ability to work together and worship together, even if we don't always agree on every point. Please bless the food we are about to receive to our health, our lives to your service, and please join us in giving thanks for this community of St. Patrick's. Amen.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you. So, Doug, it's not a secret that we've had some really tragic things this year. Doug has stepped up, and I am most grateful